So giving you guys first and foremost, I miss all of you guys. We miss you guys. I know nothing is missing. John DeMartini teaches us nothing is missing, but the potential that we got here is pretty darn amazing, and I look forward to co-creating with you guys. We are creating this from the ground up, and it is a brand new endeavor. It's unlike anything in the world. So expect it to be refined along the way. Expect it to be changing along the way and adding and subtracting and all of these things. And we're going to do the very best we can to be able, it is to our starting recording. Okay. So essentially the number one priority, like I said, is to grow the brand and the business and make it viable economically so that we can continue training more people, reaching the masses, and essentially getting programs into schools eventually. That's the 10-year kind of vision. So we acknowledge the fact that there were only 3 days in the facilitator training. Again, this is kind of like we're creating it as we go. And it wasn't enough. As you'll notice, 3 days is not enough. 3 days does not a facilitator make. And I completely acknowledge that. And so that's why we had set up a system where you learn a little bit, you're released to the world, you fall on your face several times, you learn how to become more efficient, you fail, you fail, you fail, you fail, you fail. Well, welcome to my journey as well. And this will be growth and learning each and every step of the way. And so you'll probably know, unless you've been like Eilina and George, who've been to countless numbers of seminars over the past few years in this realm, it's not easy, and it's going to take practice for you to get really good at it. And so the reason why we had all of these requirements is so that you can feel more confident when you're out there, and feel not only that you're able to take somebody through, but also we want to give you the coaching in the business side. I've run a $1 million company before, and so is she. And so we're going to put that into the ongoing support in the system that we want to bring you guys up in. And we're going to share with you today a little bit of our concerns as well. There are some concerns that we have, just kind of observing things, and we want to be able to kind of set some boundaries so that you guys, if you decide you want to continue this journey with us, then that's awesome. If not, we provide an exit strategy as well, kind of like a prenup. So I'm going to hand it off to my fair lady over here so she can talk about a little bit of the business side. So go ahead.
Hey everybody. So the first thing that I want to confirm is, does at least everybody that's on here, does everybody have access to the spreadsheet that I created for you in the beginning that has 3 tabs on it, one for self-overviews, one case studies, and one as your checklist? Can you let me know if you have access to those?
It's a Google Doc.
Yeah.
Okay.
Want to hard line in?
We can hardline this bad boy in.
We will try and fix the video right now. Back to the spreadsheet. Does everybody have access to it? Yes, yes. Show me in the chat that you guys have access to this.
You guys have access. Cool. So when we're looking, I see people really excited to get started. George is like, when are we getting started? Eileena's like, when are we getting started? I got people asking me. They're asking me. They want to pay. I'm like, great. And then we look at the spreadsheet.
And it's empty.
And it's completely empty. So, we haven't seen the self-overviews. We haven't seen, we believe you that you've done it.
Maybe it's a technical thing and maybe it's not empty on your end. Let me know if that's the case. But yeah, they're real time. So I should be able to see what's been filled in. So I wanted to go over those really quickly just to make sure everybody knows how to use them. And then also fill you in on some of we've actually updated the requirements. We've removed a few and added a few and substituted a few as we've sort of been going through this process. So first question has anyone on here actually started using the spreadsheets?
Anyone? We're looking at the chat. No.
Okay. I'm gonna check on you then.
Okay. Jessica has. Let's look at Jessica, everyone.
Then it'll tell me whether it's a technical issue or not. So just give me 1 second.
Okay, let's see Jessica's. Well, we're looking and we see.
Ah, look at that. Okay.
She has done it.
Jessica, you just got a gold star.
Look, okay, it's like when you're in school and then the teacher goes, I like the way Jessica's sitting. I really like how she's got her hands folded and her legs are neatly tucked.
Such a good girl.
She's being such a good girl. That's right. Teacher's pet. Oh, I love the way Jessica's sitting. Yeah, Jessica.
Thank you for doing that, Jessica. So
does everyone have access to Jessica's?
No, you only have access to your own.
Okay.
So the first thing is, if you're not sure how to use it, I'm going to go over it briefly so you know what to put where. And because the other platform we were going to be able to screen share, I won't be able to screen share with you here, but you guys have seen the spreadsheet. So yes, I'm speaking of that's the specific document I'm talking about, George, for sure.
Okay, perfect,
yeah, so
Anthony.
My other guess was that you've done it on a Word document or you've done it on your own spreadsheet and you just plan to fill it in the end. That's fine too.
What you do is after you're done the session, when it's fresh in your mind, you have their pre-ality scenes, you have their post. I want you to fill them out. Why? There's a couple reasons. Why? It's A, it's fresh in your mind, and B, I've got to tell you that I've been listening to some of your sessions where one or two of you and maybe one of you have taken me through already, two of you, couple of you, and you're not actually following the overview method. I look and I go, okay,
wait, we're not there yet though. I need to pause you. Let me finish the spreadsheet.
We're going to get there.
Guys,
I'm passionate about that.
Ahead.
I'm jumping ahead.
Okay. So 3 tabs, super easy. The first one is your checklist, which I will be updating after the webinar and adding a few things and removing a few others. Let's do that verbally very quickly though. I'm going to tell you requirements that have changed. So having Nima watch you doing a live session.
Take notes if you want. Please
is no longer necessary. Okay, so I'll scratch that one off. Instead, he's going to be interviewing and testing you to see, first and foremost, if you can just do the overview.
Just overview, guys.
Instead of adding in
Instead of fucking freestyle, my brand is going to be handed to this person who's going to...
As well as to make sure that you guys have, read the book. So he's going to be just giving you random test questions instead of having to do the live session. Make sense?
Yeah.
The other thing is that we're going to require as well that you submit if you're not planning to just do overview and you have a complementary modality that you're going to be using in combination with overview somehow, or you're going to be offering your clients acupuncture sessions and overview sessions of some kind.
Chiropractic and then overview on the weekends or on different time slots or whatever.
Then we need you to submit a proposal about how exactly you're going to use overview. So you're going to let us know either it's two completely different things. I've got my acupuncture here and overview sessions are completely different. Or, I'm going to try and marry the two. Like I'm going to teach a yoga class and I'm going to throw in some question 5 and 6 or whatever. Or
in Amanda's case, if she wants to be working with the horses and then overview, there's a reason for this.
So we need to do this because we need to determine whether you're still doing overview.
Yes.
Because if you're not, then it's going to mess with the brand and we won't be able to support what you're doing.
Let me give you an example. Back in last year, I get a phone call from the College of Chiropractors, the board of the College of Chiropractors. And they were concerned because word was starting to get around that I do this fucking overview bullshit, according to them. And so they wanted to know what my intention was with it. And I said, look, I have chiropractic and I have overview. I don't do the two together. They were concerned about me billing insurance. They were concerned about me. I said, no, I do overviews on completely separate. I bill them separately and I don't mix the two together. Why? Because they have every right. They have a brand, chiropractic, that needs to stay consistent. And so anybody can come in and call it chiropractic and mix in all this other stuff with it. I was very, 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 very clear with every single one of my patients. Right now, I'm wearing my hat as a chiropractor, but please attend my weekend workshop or let's set up a time after work or during this hour here, these hours here, where I'm doing just overview. It is extremely important because I have spent a great deal of time, energy, and resources building up this brand. And today we're really going to be talking about maintaining the integrity of the brand itself, because with the healing arts, you know, like for example, Michaela, you can do your Reiki and you can do overview, but the overview Reiki together, it's not overview. You gotta be, that's why, as Amanda has stated, we're going to get you to submit a, an email proposal sharing with us exactly how you intend to use my method, so that we can approve it and then realize that there's going to be either consistency or it might just not work.
And then if we discover that you're not following the proposal that you created, then we're going to have to figure out what to do. So
we're going to have to figure out an exit strategy. We're going to, and like I said, we are creating this as we go, the facilitator program, all of this. So this will be refined as we go. And we are going to also, as far as the facilitator's code of conduct and the facilitator's contract, going to be taking from a wide variety of different ones that are currently out there. So it's not like we're going to try to get overly creative. We're going to go with industry standards. I have my DeMartini Facilitators code of conduct, and man, how many pages is that thing?
22.
It's like 22 pages long, my contract with the DeMartini one. We're going to use ones from yoga, ones from, Landmark, as George has sent us. We're basically reading everything, and we're going to come up with a contract that maintains the integrity of the brand. Why? Because the one thing that we want to be able to guarantee is that the integrity and the health of the company is still here 20, 30 years down the road, educating people, teaching people how to make a difference in their lives and the lives of other people. Cool. So that's what we're doing.
I'm glad you noticed the 3 tabs, George. Yeah, they can be pretty easy to miss. Okay, so in addition to that change regarding the requirements.
And we're going to send you an email, by the way, with all of these changes. Well. It's coming to you.
I'll update the spreadsheet actually.
Yeah, so you can watch it.
The other thing too that what we decided was, where's that other one?
Home study.
No, there was one other requirement. Oh, that we actually really want you're going to now have to record yourself doing a self overview. And then
George, you've already done it.
Yeah, George, I've watched. Because we want to make sure that you're not falling under the trap, which I don't know about you, but I did in John's world for a while, of being really good at taking other people through and being really shitty taking myself through.
Yeah.
And so it's important as a facilitator that you can practice what you preach. And we want to be able to see that by watching you take yourself through, and it'll help you to gain a little bit of confidence being real on camera, which will only benefit your career in the future. So
because our goal as well is to help you build your brand, build your kind of business, your practice. Yep. And in this day and age, the way to connect with your audience is through that thing right there. Mm-hmm. And 99.9% of people, as soon as that thing shows up, freak out. So we want to get you acquainted with that. George, you've already done yours. I'd love to see everybody taking themselves through an overview. The goal, remember, the goal is to do the work. You're not going to always get to 0, but if you bring it down to a 3, believe me, you have made an impact. Even if you haven't gone all the way, neutralizing a charge will have a profound effect days, weeks, months later. So that's what I want to see.
And we also will be able to see if you're following the overview in order as well. It's a lot harder to fast track and play intuitive with yourself. So It gives you practice to 1, step 2, step 3, and make sure that you guys, the idea is to be able to do overview with your eyes closed. Like you should know the steps by memory, by heart.
You should.
These
are the times where we're going to should it, because this is our, the integrity is really important. My main concern, I have to say, we haven't gotten there yet, is you guys doing, I've seen you guys, I've watched, I've kept silent, but now when it's crunch time and we are going to certify you, and I'm going to actually refer people to you and get them to pay and then have to be held accountable, I want to make damn sure that you're actually doing the overview method.
Yeah. That
it's not the Eilina method, that it's not the Megan method, that it's the overview method, that you know it cold before, then, there are other ways to do it. You can create your own method, and then pay the $30,000 that it takes to trademark it, and then build a 1,000 member group, you know, with your own efforts. But until then, unfortunately, you're going to have to do it according to what the brand entails. So I'm going to make damn sure that you're representing, you know, myself, the brand really well. So,
and if that doesn't resonate with you, which it might not, because like we had to go through this with John, and they drill you for 7 days straight at trainers, and you have to know every step, and you have to be able to take people through in the way that it's designed. And then over time, if you kind of play with your own style, that's fine. But that we may not support promoting you anymore, because technically you're not teaching over you. But then you can go off and do your own method. But initially, we need that certainty that no matter which facilitator a new client goes to, there's going to be a consistency with the method itself.
It's like a franchise. You know, I hate to use the McDonald's example, but you got to know. You know what you're getting when you go and get a Big Mac here, and when you get a Big Mac in Kelowna. You know, it's the same, or in Montreal, it's the same thing. So we want to maintain some consistency, which is the steps. I mean, you guys are all it's an art form as well, but there has to be a structure that we follow.
The thing that's going to sell you guys differently, you know, you're like, oh, well, then what makes me different than any other facilitator? It's actually your superpowers, your dark passenger, and your story. That's how people will resonate. You know, we all know the kind of things I've been through. So clearly I'm going to have maybe an easier time finding the benefits or sharing the benefits and drawbacks of certain things based on my life story. So that's actually a wiser way to promote you as an overview facilitator versus that you have your own style.
You do it your own way. You do it differently. We want to keep you under the overview brand. Now, what's the benefit of you staying with this brand? If you look at the growth over the past 12 months, if you look at the growth of what we've experienced over the last 12 months, this is what my patient said today. She goes, I was here before, like back in May, she was a patient of mine before it all blew up. She goes, I can't believe how much it's grown. And that's because of you guys. It's because of us. It's because of Steven's work as well. But guess what? We've hired him on, and he's going full bore. You can expect a social media blitz and campaign that you're going to actually be proud of and ashamed to spread and to share. This is going to be like, guys, this is what I'm a part of. You guys, what's going to happen is the brand is going to go worldwide. As soon as I sell the practice, which could happen, you know, technically we're looking, it hasn't been fully signed, but it's June the 30th, which means I'm putting 100% of my effort into the facilitator group on Facebook, into the home study group on Facebook, and into the overview method discussion group. In other words, I don't have a day job anymore. This is going to become my obsession, is to grow this. And if you we're creating it in such a way that it is to your advantage to be associated with the brand, you win by that association. You're going to be sharing that with as many people as possible. So this is where these expenses are coming to. This is where it's going to. It's getting extremely, you know, this team, I'm going all in with this. And so we're going to need you guys on the team if you guys see that it is according to your values and your vision, mission, and purpose, that this brand, that you want to kind of jump on board with it. And we would love to have you.
So I want to go over now. First of all, does anybody want to jump in with a question about anything we've already talked about?
Any questions, jump on, and I'd love to see your.
You just call in.
Just
if you want
drop.
to.
Yeah, just kind of go into that seat, jump in. Is there any specific questions that you have up until now as we go further?
No? Okay.
All right.
So the next thing that I want to talk about, and I think it's probably the thing that everyone is really curious about, is how are you going to book sessions? When can you start getting paid? What is that going to look like? So in the beginning, I shared with everyone two different kinds of structures that we were building. One was the we do everything for you package, and one was the you do everything for yourself package, which has since changed a little bit. The number one reason it's changed is because there's only me at this time managing the whole thing. So I've looked at the accounting side of it. I've looked at the logistics and labor wise, and I can't do my dream version this year but I have a mini version of the dream version for you guys. So first and foremost, let me just kind of read off my notes here. Sorry to reading, guys. So first and foremost, the annual certification. So there's going to be a certification like licensing fee, and it's an annual fee that can be done. Why are you moving? I'm reading.
Sorry.
Stop scrolling
we
on.
didn't go into those.
That's okay.
We will.
Okay. Are we good? All right. So there's an annual certification / licensing fee, which is $300 a month. Or you can pay it up front and pay $3,000 flat, and then saving yourself, I think it's about $600. So think of it like it's like a $300 a month licensing fee, and it's something that you'll have to do annually. So that's just the one piece. So, and then the scheduling and booking part of this is going to be done. So Nima uses a system called Facilitator, which is our internal scheduling system that is his calendar is kept on, and that particular system has the ability for us to add other staff members. So we're going to be adding you guys as a staff member, and as a staff member, you'll be putting your full schedule available through Facilitator, and then that way we will be providing a link on Facebook group and on the website, like on the page where we're going to feature you guys. There will be a direct link where people can book you, and they can go right through to there, and they can pay right on there, and it's all done in-house. So that's the first thing. In addition to that $300 a month, we're still going to be taking a commission of $100 per booking on anybody that's already in our group. So this is where we've had to really sit down and think about the logistics of how do we protect the work that's already been done and the people that have already been brought in.
The hustle.
But also honor the hustle you guys are going to do in bringing in new people. So this is what that looks like. So basically, we promote you everywhere within everything, Facebook group, email lists, wherever we can. And the first 3 bookings in a month that you book, that schedule, you do not owe us $100 per booking.
That we schedule for you.
Where did we lose you in the beginning?
Just as you started, of course.
I wonder. That's interesting. Just after the monthly fee. All right, let's try this again. So $300 a month, $3,000 if you pay it up front. And that's an annual licensing fee. Okay, and that's done every year. Anytime you do a refresher for facilitators, then you get a refresher fee. You're going to have to pay full price for anything you've already done.
Yep.
That's just, George, that's just for the license. Yep. And again, you can pay it monthly, or you can pay it all up front and save $600. It's totally your choice. What we're going to do is we're going to be utilizing, everyone. Anyone certified has to do that, 100%. What we're going to be doing is we are still going to be doing the scheduling in-house, meaning we're going to set you guys up with the same scheduling system that we use for Nima. It's called Facilitator. You'll have your own admin login. You'll be able to go in and monitor everything and look at everything and pull reports. And
comes right on your cell phone.
Yeah. The second an appointment's made, you get a text message. You get to approve it, so to make sure that you're still available at that time, whatever. So it's really it's relatively user friendly, and we're going to be upgrading to a package actually that gives us our own personal customer service person assigned to our account. So anytime anybody has a tech issue, there's one number to call. So I've already done a little bit of research on that. So all of the bookings are going to go through us, whether they are people that, I'll make sure you guys have notes on this, no problem. It'll obviously be in contracts and everything like that too. So you don't have to scramble to take notes. No problem. You can hang out with the baby instead. So So I don't know if you guys caught this in the beginning, but I was saying that the version that we wanted before that we talked about on the first webinar a while back, and the version we have now is a little different just because we don't have the manpower or we don't have enough people to run the kind of system that we're going to grow into. So this is a mini version of that. So we are going to do everything in-house. So they will be booking through our system. They'll be paying through our system, and then we will be issuing you your money every 2 weeks. So kind of like a normal pay period or whatever. We'll work that out. I'll get there. So you're going to be paying the $300 a month, and you're also still going to be paying commission on every booking, but every month you get 3 bookings free. So it's almost like that $300 cancels itself out, and that's just something we thought was fair. So the first 3 bookings every month, and it recycles itself every month, you don't have to pay the commission on. Make sense? Yes? Hit the yellow hands if we're, okay, cool. So the next part of that is there's basically 2 kinds of clients from what we can tell. There's clients that are already in our circle on the Facebook group that have purchased the home study, that are on our email lists, so on and so forth. And then there's
clients that have come into Overview. They're already in the system. They've already
they may
paid.
or may not be on the group. They might just be on our email list, but we have a master list of who those people are.
There's 1,030 or whatever people who are in the Overview Method discussion group as well.
So that's one kind of client, which is someone that's already here. Then, of course, there's the clients who aren't here that we're really counting on you to bring to the table. For the clients that you bring, you don't have to, there's no commission to give.
It's all yours.
You keep 100% of
100%. So this is to encourage you guys to keep marketing yourselves and do the work that you're doing out there. And people like, for example, Anthony, you go and you meet with a client, and they become a client of yours. Fantastic. 100% of that, 100% of that goes to you and Steve. Okay.
You guys can.
You've already paid your $300, and let's say there are clients from the Overview Method discussion group that book in with you. Your first 3 clients from that group, because they're inspired to meet with you, they're free. So those cancel out. So that cancels out. That basically pays for your licensing fee. Mm-hmm. And truly, if you can just wrangle one client by yourself a month, one client by yourself a month, depending on your pay scale, like for example, George, if you get one, because of you're a chiropractor and your experience, your fees will be higher than somebody who hasn't had your training. If George, for example, brings one client of his a month, or even we refer him one client, if I refer you one client, that pretty much takes care of your entire licensing fee that month.
Unless you decide to pay it up front.
Exactly.
Which is fine too.
So you got to look it up as that if you can just get one client of yours a month, that pays for your licensing fee. Anyone over and above that is all yours. Now, what does that $300 a month get you?
Hang on. We'll get there. So again, 2 kinds of clients, the kinds that are already here and the kinds that you bring to the table. Now, when you bring someone to the table, we will be adding them to the Overview group. We will be adding them to our email list, and we will be including them in everything. The reason for that is we want to help you, because we're also going to make you affiliates to some of our products. And so instead of you having to promote on your own to them, we're going to help you promote to those people as well. So in terms of the 2 types of clients, does that all make sense so far?
Either peeps who are already in the system, who's ours, and people that, Anthony, let's say you did an insurance call. Yeah. And then the person upstairs was like, oh, and you're talking to them about this. Well, I also do this thing, Overview. Boom, that's your client completely.
And then there's going to be perks if they purchase a home study in the future. There's affiliate commissions for you guys. If they come to a workshop, there's going to be a commission for you, because we'll be able to tell who comes through who, and the Facilitator can kind of help track all that.
So it's basically the more people that you bring into the company, the more the company will turn around and give to you. For example, the home study packages. If you can help promote that, now what will happen is they are now $597 US. That's what the cost is. But what's going to happen is you personally will get an affiliate link that if they purchase from you and your link after you have a session with them, then they get a $50 gift certificate off of that price, and you get a $50 commission. So you get it's $100 taken off, $50 goes to them, $50 goes to you, and so the company makes $497 US dollars off of that sale. So it's all about rewarding you for bringing in peeps. And if they come to the workshop, it's the same thing. Any workshop, if let's say we're coming to Montreal next week, or we're coming to, and I would love to come to Montreal and Toronto in the fall. That's our goal, is either September, October, is to do a workshop in Montreal, and the following week in Toronto. So that's what we have in our sites. If you start promoting, start getting people around, every single person that you bring to the workshop, you get 10%. You get 10% of their entrance. Whether it's your husband, whatever. Doesn't even matter.
So the idea is basically like, you know, Nima loves to speak, teach, rep, and that's done by traveling and doing talks and doing workshops. And so we want to get to the point where we're basically just traveling around doing workshops to help you promote your business, and then leaving the facilitation up to all the facilitators.
Yeah, here's the other thing. You guys will also be facilitating. This is the fun part. This is why we fucking love this shit. So you have free entrance into each one of the overviews. You know, you pay your own costs. However, you participate, you do your overview, you help us facilitate, and then you can get clients out of those people and set them up. So it's basically a family is what you've seen so far. It's something unlike anything else in the world. And each and every year, we would love for you to come back to Vancouver. We're going to do dinner at my parents' place each time. We're going to probably go 4 or 5 days next time. We're going to increase it next time because is it starting to get choppy right now?
How are we now, guys? Is everything okay?
Can you see? Okay.
Kinda.
Can you hear everything, though?
Can you hear the audio? It's
Okay.
now?
I'm making so much more links with my insurance job right now. Now there is no mistake. And the new clients. Great. Fantastic. I'm glad that I convinced you to go back into your insurance, Anthony. Fuck. God bless
guys,
you.
Like, I tell him this all the time. Every conversation you have about your life and overview, whether it's together or not, is planting a seed. You'll see, you know, just this
Think
weekend.
long ball.
This weekend we had one of my staff from the Living Cafe come to the workshop. And I was like, oh, it was so amazing to see her there because it was so full circle for me. And it was a seed that, like, I had, when we worked together, I was talking about John's work and all this stuff. And I mean, it wasn't until almost a year later, I guess 6 or 7, a while, to see her at the workshop was amazing. But you're planting seeds every time you talk about it. Just because you talk about it and someone doesn't jump on the bandwagon right away, doesn't matter. It does not matter. The conversion will come over time. Some of it short term, some of it long term.
Yeah, just sticking to it. And you don't have to quit your job right away. Not, just let this be kind of your supplemental. And I'm thinking about Anthony right now, obviously thinking of George. The more consistent you are with the brand, the better you perform, and the transformations that you have with the clients, the more likely we are to refer to you. They're like, here's what the vision is. We're going to come out with a mass blitz of social media. They're going to be calling in a lot more often. I'm going to be, doing these free consults with people. The people who can afford my fees, great. I'd be happy to take them. The ones who can't, I'm going to feel my way around and go, all right, you'd be good with Jessica. You'd be great with Trish. Oh my goodness, you're 20 some odd years old. You got an issue with your dark passenger is a little bit of partying. I know just the guy. He's got a little bit of a French accent. You're going to have to forgive him for that, but he's still very handsome and very humble as well. So I'll be able to, send you guys
and you've seen that
people.
happen already. I think George specifically, once you worked with me, that's why it's so important to take Nima through and for us to see you doing overview, because
I'll know who to send you
to do on anxiety. And then I think I sent like 2 or 3 people your way who were specifically dealing with anxiety.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
So the goal is, my vision is to have as many facilitators as possible. But here's the other thing that you're going to get with this overview, with your licensing fee, is that I want to maintain the connection with you guys. I haven't been able to do it as much as I would have loved to because of the fact that I'm still adjusting patients, and I'm still, focusing on building this kind of thing. But my vision is to just be able to reach out to you guys and go, okay, every month you guys get an hour of my time, or if you want, you don't have to. I know not everybody is down for that, but if you are and you want to learn how to take a client and then, the questions to ask them in the one-on-one, like we only had the facilitator training was 3 days. It wasn't enough for me to talk about what questions to ask to elicit an emotional response that's going to increase the probability of them signing on with you. I know Anthony's getting good sales training, but I've been doing chiropractic for 15 years. I know how to do a great interview with somebody, a free consult. what to say to them, how to, you know, do a takeaway, maybe when is not the right time. This is the part that you're going to get with this training. This is part of your licensing fee. Is it is to my advantage to have you guys make as much money from this as possible and bring in as many people and send, as much affiliates to as many people as possible. I win if you win. So we're structuring in that way. And you're going to have to understand it's going to be refining as we go.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the things to keep in mind is the difference between what we're doing and what John does. I hate to bring it up, but is that, like, it's the support that you're going to get, and the marketing. So, for example, if you don't want to sell yourself, just send them to the group. If you want to sell yourself, just share some of the videos with them, because the content we're building with Steven is designed to sell overview. So
is to get the phone ringing, going, yeah, give me this fucking overview thing. I need it. And then I talk to them and I go, okay, talk to Dee. Dee is the perfect one for you. She's dealt with fibromyalgia. She's got, physical injury. She's got chronic pain. Boom, go see Dee. You have, autoimmune. I got somebody like Trisha. She can help you with that. Addictions or relationship issues. I know a guy who's got some stuff going on with relationships, who's a little bit, he might be a little bit,
baby.
He's got a, he might be a little judgmental, but that's just his dark passenger. Don't judge him for being judgmental. His name is Lance. So we'll be able to know, and that's really exactly.
We love you too, George.
We love you too, George.
So
don't say that in front of the child.
Yes, man. No, get them started early. Oh, and also just so you guys will be totally able to promote yourself in the Facebook group. We're going to encourage you to post your link that's directly to book. You're welcome to message everybody. But again, the way we're going to monitor is all of the scheduling has to go through our system. So
yes, there's going to be a signature, a contract you're going to sign that's based on the honor system. We really don't want to have we don't even want to have a discussion about it, because we're going to maintain this integrity. If you want to get your clients, please feel free, go out and frickin' market the shit out of yourselves. But if they come from my group, you guys have to understand, I have suffered to get to this point, and I have a trigger that I haven't fully overviewed of betrayal from former business associates, and I'm leaving it there for a fucking reason.
I was just thinking we can probably make them admins on the group. Or you guys do you have the ability to add people to the group now? Do you know? You can.
Yeah.
Right. So that actually shows us who adds who.
Who adds,
another way to
who adds
track
to the group. Yeah. So you add these people to the group. If they're your people, great. You have full reign. But if they're my people and they message you and they go, hey, Eilina, I can't afford George or Nima. What's it gonna take? Can you discount me for? And your answer is, it has to go through the system, and we are maintaining our integrity because this is a family, and eventually, you want to basically live the principle that we're teaching. I mean, I have lived my life, and in so many ways, I did spinal decompression for a few years, which it made me feel sick to my stomach because there was an out of integrity type of feeling. I tried it on, and within 3 years, I sold it because I couldn't, the stuff happening in my life wasn't congruent with what I was living. So we want to make sure that the health of the company is viable. And so that can only happen if you guys, we have full trust and integrity moving forward with that. So get your clients, bring them in, make as much money, charge as much as you want. That's great. But if they come from inside the group, they have to be going through the system, and we will give you a commission. We will take our commission for that.
And don't charge whatever you want. You have to charge within the price point you qualify.
Yeah. So that's all in the email coming up. So it'll range between. Is it $195
to $795?
Range between $195 to $795, $595, $395.
There's no one in the level 3.
There's no one in the level 3.
You have to have been to facilitators, John. So.
Yeah. So once you've done facilitator training with John DeMartini, which we're going to go in Houston this year, it's not cheap, but it's, again, investment in yourself. I have invested hundreds of thousands of dollars just in my personal development, and I'm calling it an investment, but they were losses, which I've invested in leaving, in the departure of my practice over the past 3 years, the investment of the funds that went into the building of the brand, the copyright stuff, the hiring of staff, the Stephen Gardner's work to promote everything. I wish I could say that I get all of it. Right now, it's just to keep things going right now. So
it would be fun if we all went to Facilitator, because we should really go every year. Be fun if eventually we can all go. And
we're going to do one day of facilitators training in Greece, maybe. I don't know. We're going to do. I don't know. That's George's vision that we're coming. I wonder where that comes from.
Questions? Who wants to jump on? Someone.
Anybody have any questions? Yes, we're all students together. We're all teachers together, and really the number one focus here, my number one agenda, is maintaining the health of the Overview brand, so that 5 years later, I can look at my mom and go, no, I don't regret it. She said, you know what, Nima? This is my breakfast last week when I was with her. I think you might regret it. I don't know, but I think you are going to regret it. So please help me face her next year and go, I don't fucking regret it. Was to attend the breakthrough, was the criteria for level 3 the facilitator? Or?
Well, actually, no. When I rewatched the webinar, because we just did this the other day.
Attending breakthrough was part of facilitator training. Being able to charge in the 3rd tier was always getting the DeMartini facilitator.
If you rewatch
Correct,
George,
Megan.
if you rewatch thank you, Megan. If you rewatch the webinar, which I did before we went over all the new changes, it does specifically say that. But maybe we discussed it before the webinar. The
original facilitators webinar.
Yeah.
So we can look back.
Because I remember when we sat down and we thought about this, and the only reason, or Jason, or who else?
Me.
Well, you, of course, but you created Overview. But the only reason that I was able to, I can facilitate, I'm certified, so to speak. The only reason is because I've done trainers.
Facilitator training.
There's no way I would feel comfortable.
It's 5 days of just. It's 5 days.
Or have picked up Overview so quickly. So it's just it's like I remember when we sat down and talked about this. It just felt really, really important that you'd been to trainers before that level, because the price point's high. That price point's higher than almost any breakthrough facilitator charges, actually.
Yeah, it's around $5K US. $5K US.
No. I mean, private session.
Hold on one second. Out of curiosity, how much is DeMartini's facilitators training? It's around $5K. So yeah, it's dedicated. I did it 10 years ago. Sounds like a nightmare. 5 days. Yeah, D you have a tough time. Finish a fucking breakthrough first, D, and then tell me if you're willing to go sit there for 5 days for that. It's up to you. I mean, this is how long you want to study this. It does sound awesome. Megan, I know you're all over that shit.
Down. Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah, of course.
And torture.
Totally. And the result is being like the helpers at Lance!
No,
Hey, Lance!
I know!
Are we back? We're back. Give us a thumbs up.
Wait, yes, yay. Did you record?
Yes, I'm recording.
Okay.
Great. So, yeah, there's a great potential here. And like any,
there to be there. Most of them go for the free breakthrough. A lot of them will go to breakthrough because as a facilitator, it doesn't cost anything.
Yeah, I've gone to many breakthroughs.
Totally.
Just because I wanted to be in the same room as John DeMartini for a weekend. Mm-hmm. And yeah, so yeah, that's basically, we just go because, we just want to go and be.
Training.
Yeah, extra training or do a breakthrough for free and just help out. I've done it before. I just showed up at the thing because I've been doing it for years and they know me. So there's great potential. I want you to look at any business. It's long ball. It's 3 to 5 years before you get started, but hopefully we can accelerate that because the brand is being built and more people you know.
I don't know why we're hardline.
Hold on. Are we in? Can you see it? Are we okay? Okay, perfect.
Okay, so does anybody have a question?
Quelques questions là?
Like a video question? That would be fun.
Somebody jump in and ask a fucking question.
George, show us the baby.
George, yes. Show us the baby.
D said yes.
Baby. D is like, D's cooking for the baby right now.
Trisha wants to, oh, you said baby and Olive came running. That's funny.
That's
Hi.
hilarious. Hi, Olive.
Oh, there's George.
Lucy, come here. Jorge! Oh, he's got a frappe. Guaranteed.
In his bottle?
Guaranteed he's got a frappe right now in his bottle.
Oh, is it going to let him through?
Is it going to let you through? Get in, Jorge. Yes. Come on, I want to see that little.
Come on.
I want to see that little tyke. Gustas.
I'm going to kick you, George. Try again, okay?
Trying. Hold on. Try again.
Try again. Try again.
One more time. One more time. Uno más. Uno más. I want to see a baby with a cigarette and a frappe.
A cigarette?
Ah!
Oh my God! George! Oh my God! It's past your bedtime! Oh my God!
Little man.
Little man.
Oh my God! So hey Sandra, what's up?
Hey,
Oh,
good boy.
congratulations!
Thank you.
Come on.
The first overview.
The first
Turn the lights on, so now he's like, "Ugh." The lights are bright.
And here's the cool part. He was conceived in the era of overview.
Yeah, the lights should be off.
Perfect.
I know.
Are you going to spot the delusions?
Spot the delusion.
Spot the delusion.
Costas, you have a delusion. You're delusional. Stop it.
Oh,
We don't know if he's thirsty or not.
God.
He's so cute. Is he in college yet?
How old
Yeah, he
is
is.
Frappe.
Oh, yeah. If you on your nose, then you know.
Oh my God. Thank you so much. Mad love to you guys. Seriously.
Questions?
Any questions?
I guess
All right.
not.
Any questions,
Anybody
peeps?
want to jump on?
Anybody want
Say
to jump on?
hello?
Amanda's going to send you the stipulations, all of
I'll
that.
break it down for you guys.
So many of you are not done yet. You still got some work to do. I look forward to you taking me through. George just took me through his overview, and I give him the seal of approval.
That's okay, D.
He's all right. You're okay. Not bad. You're doing good. Eilina, you have you're up on deck for your overview. Please make sure that you're staying. This is all my concern is that I seen you guys. Some of you are like proud non-subordinates, and I get you. I'm 100% behind that. Rebel with a cause, great. However, this is my baby. This is my brand, and if I'm releasing you to the world, I want to make sure that you have the values down. You have a reality scene. You have the delusions, the interpretations and feelings and the behaviors that feed into the pre-reality scene, which its own similar feelings and interpretations, and you're quantifying them before and after. And then you neutralize them by finding the identical opposite feelings and depolarizing, finding the benefits of the to the values, the drawbacks of the fantasy. You go back to the reality and you repeat the process. You get them to a creature to creator.
Just make sure you miss these questions. How many
yes.
self-overviews do you need to record? Just one?
Just one self-overview. You take me through one.
One-on-one.
One. You had to time to listen to. You had
Not yet. You have
time.
to listen to the recording.
Not yet. And please make sure Everybody only gets one freebie overview, okay? One freebie overview. You have to keep that. Please, the honor system.
Have you guys been using the spreadsheet I made for that to make sure that when someone agrees who's in the group that they haven't already done an overview with another facilitator?
How quickly we can get clients coming.
I actually, George, if you're comfortable and when Nima gives you the thumbs up, I was hoping to guinea pig you with the booking system.
Yes, we were the only one person who I feel is prepared right now is George.
Hi, Jackie.
And I know he hates that because he doesn't like to be singled out for being special. Jackie as well is pretty close. I can't wait to see.
Jackie actually has been to facilitators training.
Yes, Jackie has been, but she hasn't taken me through yet. Yeah.
Kind of special.
Yeah, George, I know how much you hate being singled out for being special, so I will refrain you from the pain, the anguish of it.
I'm so not looking forward to George busting my ass as we're trying out this new system.
Yes, so George is going to be giving us feedback on this new system.
Wait, I mean Sandra. Sandra busting my ass.
Yeah, excuse me, George. Delegating to Sandra to bust the ass, absolutely.
I love you, Sandra.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Sandra, for helping us refine what we got going on. Absolutely. For delegating to Sandra. Thank you, George, for delegating to Sandra so we can maintain a friendship.
And she's hot. I don't mind hanging out with her.
That's right. Exactly. So, yeah. So George is going to be pretty close to getting started. And, you know, and we're going to try with that system and, you know, get the contracts up, get everything going. So hopefully by the end of this month, this is my goal, is by the end of this month, because, you know, June 30th is technically the sale date. July 1st, I'm literally a free man that is 100% dedicating to the home study course, the facilitators group, and the overview group. And you guys are going to be encouraged to help people in the the overview method discussion group level themselves up to the promoting themselves to the home study group, which I will be spending more time refining and giving more value. So really the selling point of the home study is not the home study itself, because let's face it, not everyone's going to get through on a home study. They have a tough enough time in the workshop. The home study is just to get them to see what's possible and to ask questions that we will together answer in the home study group. So there's 50 some odd. Our goal is to get to 1,000 people within a year. And with your help, with your affiliates, with your encouragement, with you constantly telling the people in the overview group, you know, the home study group, we're going to, and we're going to get, you know, ideas as well. We're going to also do t-shirts as well. Mindgasm, Got Perspective, overview t-shirts.
Sit with that one for a
Sit
moment.
with that one for a moment. You know, all this fun stuff that's going to kind of encourage our identity together.
Frappes included.
So, yeah. So what is that? When you said shit, that's true. What is that true?
I think George is responding to when you were like, the people in the home study group will want to, they might be, they're so primed. They're considered a hot lead because they've already spent money and they're very interested.
These are the people that are going to be the highest probability of actually paying you for your services because they value it. And if you can get more people into promoting from the main group, step one is get them into the discussion group. Step two is to get them to the home study group. So that's really what it's all about.
Any other questions?
So it's all about branding.
Contracts and legal stuff, it's daunting. I have started piecing things together, so
22 pages. The Martini Facilitator group, 22 pages, and this is again, and it should be. This is his livelihood. He spent his whole life building it. He spent hundreds of thousands of dollars in the branding, in the website development. I'm just letting you know this next month I'm going to be spending $15,000 in the branding, the graphic design, and the video stuff alone, you know? And so not to mention, got to pay this one. And, oh, I got rent too. And it's daunting. So we're going to need your help. It's a scary leap. I'm doing it like this. And my mom's voice is in the back of my mind going, you know you're going to regret this. So, so I really appreciate having you guys. The fact that you 7 are on already says a lot, that you're dedicated.
Everything, and you'll gain everything too.
Yeah, I will lose everything. So I'm really, please understand, as much as you feel about your children, this is how I feel about my kids. This is my child. And so remember, when you guys are representing me, you are a caretaker of my child, and my Papa Bear instinct will come fierce, and it should, to maintain the integrity of my child.
I have a question for you guys. When it comes to the local events specifically, or events in general on the Facebook page, can you actually go to the event and invite your friends, or do I need to make you an admin? I have a feeling I might need to make you an admin, and one of the things I've been thinking about is every workshop that we schedule now on the Facebook group, I'm going to make all of our facilitators an admin, so you can literally invite your entire friends list if you want, or anybody in the area.
And anybody of your friends that register, you get 10%.
Cool.
It's that simple.
If they're not already in the group. Wait. Well, we'll have to think about that for a second. Let me mull that over.
Yeah, exactly.
There'll be something, but either way, we would love for you to help.
We good? Give us a thumbs up. Let us know what's up.
Are we back? Cool. So D, if you want to know the answer, actually, here's the thing I'm going to say. Go to the first tab in your spreadsheet, and all the requirements are listed there, and I will update them on the plane tomorrow. We're going to be in Scotland for a week. Obviously, we'll still have access to the internet and everything, so if you need anything.
I can't live without my fucking Wi-Fi. That's my stipulation when I travel.
Wrap this up.
I just wanted to say that especially after June 30th, I am 1,000% committed to answering your questions. And in our when we're facilitating, when you are a certified facilitator, you are, write down all the questions you have that you're going to share in our time together, and I will give you as much coaching information as possible. And so that's the commitment I have. That's, my vision is to have 1,000 people in the home, and also is to, have several, dozens of facilitators in the future. And you guys like leveling up, like master facilitators, leveling up so that you guys start to be able to train your own kind of teams as well. And so as it grows, we start to refine what we have, and it's scary / exciting / fearful / braveful. So I'm just grateful that you guys are joining the journey with us.
If they're there. Hopefully it's still there.
Are you there, or are we frozen? Any questions?
Chat has ceased. Now we're back. Can't see you. Okay, I think it's time to wrap this up.
Can hear you or
Okay.
no? Can you hear? No hear?
All right, guys. If there's no other questions, we're going to bring this to a close. Keep an eye on your inbox and in the group for more information. I will be updating the spreadsheets as well.
I have a question. Can you guys feel the family love between us and the hate as well? But I mean the love, but the hate
the family
too?
love, the part of that is the hate.
Megan.
Nope. Megan, we had Caesars
Megan,
together.
you've lost some of your porcupine pricks, and some, you can keep some. A healthy distance is good.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic the Hedgehog?
Supersonic the Hedgehog, Meg.
No.
That's way better.
No, porcupine, not a hedgehog.
No, hedgehogs more snuggly.
Yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah.
Randy Mandy, over and out.
I love you guys. I gotta say, I fucking love you guys, and it just boggles my mind that a year ago, I didn't know any of you except Trisha.
Me too.
I didn't know any of you. Like, seriously, like,
Oh, they probably want to see.
my God. Anyway, you want to see Lucy? Lucy also loves you. She loves you guys. She loves you. Bum, 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 bum. Anyway, your baby is cuter. Yes, it's true.
Yeah, George.
So from our family to yours, I look forward to this next step in our journey. George is going to be our guinea pig because he's special. And so, yes. So we're going to move forward as planned. And George and Eilina especially as well. George and Eilina, thank you for your patience. Thank you for constantly nattering and pushing things forward. It's taken its sweet time for a good reason. We want to make sure that you guys are well supported and that there's an end in sight to this vision of the Westgate stuff. So hopefully your patience will be well rewarded. And I look forward to this next step in our journey. It's going to be fun, scary, and I look forward to growing with you guys.
Thank you for your patience.
Mad love to all of you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.